It does
We
hear
have to
a
answer.
doorbell, and we have to answer that doorbell. But stay tuned, folks. At the top of the 3 o'clock hour, we'll be going back to regaling you with some music and some story about Rita. So on deck right now, we have the man from France.
Yeah.
Him on his way
It
to
would look like him on his way to the Swiss Alps to go to some
no.
skiing.
Jamaica. David, how are you?
Yeah. How you doing?
Well, listen, I, I know you're busy because as I ran through the little preambles we were looking at, I realized you have been performing for this the Marley movie.
No,
Yeah,
I was not performing for them.
yeah.
No, the Marley movie, you say?
No, there was the opening of the
Yeah, I was there. I
movie.
was
Yeah,
there.
right,
Yes,
right.
yes. I was in attending. Yes.
And so we were here reflecting that here is a man who came into this music almost by accident, right?
Yeah, that's
By
true. That's
accident.
true.
And for our guests, joining us, we have with us David Cairol. David is a French reggae artist with a very inspiring beginning story of his beginnings into music.
And the roots of it is Bob Marley.
Yes,
Yes.
That's why when I saw the thing, David, about
Yeah.
you in attendance at the opening of the movie, I thought that was a fitting tribute.
And then a couple of days later, I ran into you at the Selector Showcase.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So how has it been?
Yeah, my Reggae Month campaign, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, it was great. I started my stay in Jamaica this year, performing with Third Word at Rebel Salute.
Yeah.
So it was amazing to be invited by them, because I'm a big fan since many years, and yeah, they are legends. So to be on stage with them at Rebel Salute is something very special. So I give thanks for that. And of course, I've been doing a lot of concerts during Reggae Month. I perform for the Bob Marley celebration at the museum during the afternoon, and then at Emancipation Park for the big concert during the night. So alongside Luciano and Andrew Tosh, a lot of people. So it was really
Gosh, I've heard that.
it was a blessing to be there, and to work with them and to be on stage for that special day, and it means a lot to me. And I also organized a concert at the French Embassy to support the program that I set up with the schools here in Jamaica. So a lot of people came and support the program and the work I'm doing with the schools and the youth of Jamaica. Yeah.
When I saw that, because I know you did some work with the Alliance Française.
Alliance des Français.
Alliance. Yeah. I am not no pretense. When I went to school, the options were French and Spanish.
I didn't get to choose. I was thrown into the French class.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I was thrown in the Spanish class. And I wondered, what the dickens am I learning Spanish? I live in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And then here we are. Decades later, you realize you really need to be able to speak one-on-one.
And the only reason why I know that it's Alliance des Français is because we had some concert and we had to at the high school, and we had to do an alliance with the French embassy. So that's how we know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But David, I want to come back to the beginning because you came into this music thing came into reggae music, as you said, by accident. And I was just replaying our earlier conversation. You were a guest with us. What is it? Just about 2 years ago.
During the pandemic, I think.
During the pandemic, we were our Reggae Month thing, and we were introduced to you, and you regaled us with that story that you were in England, and somebody had what was it? A cassette tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick reminder.
Right. Of course, I was supposed to go in England. Yeah, where I was still in France when it happened. I gave a cassette, tape to one of my friends. It was Lenny Kravitz album, and I said to him, we had that school trip in England to do. So I told him, for the day we go, bringing back the cassette to me. I'm gonna listen into the bus. But when he came back, I put the headphones and I started listening to the music. But it was not Lenny Kravitz at all. It was something else. And I said to him, "What is that? I love it." He said, "This is Lenny Kravitz. It is not Lenny Kravitz. This is Bob Marley." And I listened to the whole album, and that thing, changed my life forever because this album gave me so much emotions and talking to me, so deep. And yeah, Goosebumps, the whole album, and it was so like a revelation, something that changed my life. And I
Which
felt
album?
it at the moment,
Which album was it?
Legend.
Oh, Legend.
So it was not an album; it was a compilation. But
Yes, the compilation.
but the first song was "I Is This Love," and the whole songs were like hits, of course. But I didn't know Bob Marley before that. Maybe I heard when I was younger, but I never pay attention to it. I think this is the first time I've been to into reggae music like this, and yeah, it changed everything, and it was a real blast, when it's like a thunder going on you and changing your frequency.
It's amazing because just looking back, you realize how far you have come. I know you've been brutally busy since then, taking the music across France,
Yeah,
across Europe. You have spent a lot of time
yeah,
immersing yourself in Jamaica, in
yeah.
the studios in Jamaica. Uh, Talk to us about the significance of that and how that relates to you and your, sort of authenticating your song, your reggae. The
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it is something very special for me because, yeah, as you said, I've been working in France many years and doing recording two albums, touring Europe and France, and it was a process, but I needed something else, and I think I reached a point in life when it was 6 years ago, and I felt I have to move. There are some events in your life that change things, and I lost my aunt at that time that built the label with me. I also have my own label,
Mhm.
so I lost her at that time, and I said to myself, sorry, I have to move. I have to go to Jamaica. It was like somebody talking to me It was an inner voice talking to me all the time.
That's an
Go to
epiphany.
Jamaica. Yeah, go to Jamaica. Go to Jamaica. And I came in Jamaica backpack, without nothing. Just I wanted to feel the vibe there and the music and realize how it's going, in Jamaica. And when I went to the Alliance Française because I wanted to give back something to Jamaica because, yeah, the country, the reggae and the culture there give me so much things, and even a work to do. So I wanted to give back something. So I went to see them and work in the schools to do some writing workshop like I was doing in France, and it created like a buzz in Jamaica when I did that. And I went into all the medias, CV and TVG, all of them welcomed me and Gleaner and everything. So I met a lot of people at that time, and that's how I went into the studios. But I was like, it was magic. It was, I couldn't believe my eyes that 10 days after coming to Jamaica, I was on TVs and I was on the papers sharing my music and talking about my story. So I've got a real connection, a strong connection with Jamaica. I cannot explain the way it goes because sometimes it's too deep and too powerful. And but I give thanks, because sometimes I have no words how Jamaica welcome me and the music I'm doing here. So yes, this is my story, and since then I've been working a lot with legends like some of the Whalers, Judy Mowat, Yellowman, Third Word, been in the best studios, and yes, it's a blessing.
We're gonna share some of that music that you have been presenting to the rest of the world. Just sort of give our listeners here a taste that this is the real thing. Here, one of the things with us at Jamaica is we like to believe we own the music, and the truth is we don't own it anymore. We birthed it and we gave it to the world, and you some, a man like yourself and the way you have embraced this music is a testament to that. God,
Yeah, give thanks. That's why I really live. I really feel experiencing that music and promoting it as well. And as you said, I am embracing the culture and the music, but I don't want take nothing. It's just like, yeah, as you said, all of these people that's playing and recording music, reggae music, and singing it. They love it so much that they just show love doing it. And this is the way we have to thank the people that created it at a time. So we give thanks to the originators of this music, but also the ones that are doing it right now in Jamaica. And then, yeah, we are really glad and happy to share it.
Yeah, so we're gonna share Last Bus, and then we're gonna do the duo that you did with Yellow Man and a
All right.
remix on the Last Bus.
Okay.
Yeah,
last
original
boss.
King Yellow Man. I'm venturing to guess that this song was written after your aunt passed.
This is it was, but this is also magic because I was in Jamaica after yeah, it was the first time I was in Jamaica, and I was in that bus going from Ochi to Kingston, and the route bus, and I received a mail from my manager at the time, and she said to me, David, I received an email from a guy from England that wrote a song for you. He was inspired by your music and your lyrics and things. And she sent me the video, the video, sorry, the music, and I listened to that song. It was not the same arrangement and same interpretation, but it was those lyrics. And I was like, I was on that bus, and I received the last bus song, and what happened to me to and to my aunt and everything. It was like, so I was crying in the bus, and I said to myself, I have to do that song when I come back in France.
Wow.
And this is the story of that song. So I didn't write this one, but it was like written to me by magic and by, I think this is a gift of God.
So, who were the musicians that played on this song?
So yeah, the year after I came back in Jamaica to record that song, and the musicians in the session were Sly Dunbar,
I don't know. You could hear
yeah, yeah, Axman on the bass,
yeah.
Bob P and Urchin Smith on guitars, Steven Stewart and on keyboards, and it was mixed by Greg Morris. He is the one that makes Welcome to Jam Rock for Damien Marley, and a lot of things like Protege and a lot of albums. Yes.
Tell me about working with Sly Dunbar. Talk, talk to me about that. Talk to us about that experience.
Yeah, that's well. I was really impressed, to welcome him in the studio to record on my songs. Um, it was fantastic, to see him, always performing good and always having nice ideas and fitting to the music so good. So we didn't talk too much. I talked with him because I'm French, and I said to him, I'm a French singer, and maybe Gainsbourg. You know Gainsbourg too? You know that? You know
No,
that French
no,
singer?
No.
Well,
no.
he's one of the maybe the best singer. Well, not the best singer, but the most
Biggest.
Most popular.
biggest, most popular singer in France. And this guy was the first one to come in Jamaica and record reggae music.
Oh yeah, I
With,
know. Yeah. I
yeah,
know that. He did that whole
Serge
album
Gainsbourg.
with
Serge,
yes, yeah,
yes,
Gainsbourg.
Gainsbourg. Sorry, I
Gainsbourg,
pronounce
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Gainsbourg,
pronounce it
right.
I pronounce it the
The
French way.
French way.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so we talked about it, a lot. And then we went to the music. It was very fast because it was 4 hours studio session, talking a little bit and gone. But the experience and the way he played and the ideas and everything was so. I was impressed. I was like a kid.
Which one of the studios were you? In your
Mixing lab,
in Kingston mixing lab.
mixing lab for this one. Yes, for this recording, we have the session for 4 songs. Yeah, we had the session for 4 songs there, and then we moved to encore for the next songs of the album. Yeah.
You are. You
But
are.
yeah, it was, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And there was also Bongo Herman on the session. I forgot about.
That's
Yeah,
my boy right there,
that's
man.
God's biggest acoustic
I'm a big
artist, and
fan, man. Big fan of
and
Exactly, this all
Wonder
legends,
Herman.
all legends. And I never came back in at Mixing Line since that day, and I came back yesterday. I was no Friday. I was in the studio with Clivant and Third Word there. So it was amazing to be part of a new project is coming up. So I will tell you next time.
oh, so you're not giving us a little snippet. Peek,
of,
peek.
of, of that?
Yeah.
No, no, it's not. I can't talk about it. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. I mean, you can't blame us for trying, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah, but David. Here's the thing, though. I mean, I know we know how you started, what inspired you. Um, how do you see yourself as a French reggae artist now? How do you see your music as contributing to the global reggae scene?
Oh, well, I feel as I am doing reggae in Jamaica and things like this, I feel I'm a part of that movement, that global movement of reggae music. I'm not singing in French, now. I left it a little bit and I'm touring singing in English. So yeah, I think I have a special place when I'm comparing to my the other artists in France, because most of them are singing in French. A few are singing English, but they tour most of the time in Europe. So now, the connection with Jamaica and the fact that I've been touring in the US too, in Miami and Miramar, and the connections are different. So I'm touring the world right now, Japan, China, all over. So it's as a French reggae artist, like a premiere,
Yeah,
because nobody did it before, and the concert that did in Jamaica, nobody did before too, even for European, I think. So yeah, it's a special place, and I feel my heart. I always say that my heart is in between Jamaica and France. So half of my heart is here in Jamaica, and the other part is in France. So so when I think about it, sometimes I feel like not I'm not Jamaican, but I am. I feel so comfortable and I feel guided in the flow in Jamaica. So I'm in that mix, between France and Jamaica.
all right. One question that I wanted to, because reggae has its roots in political and social commentary,
Right,
right? And that's the roots of the music. That's where it's coming from.
right.
And your participation today, how do you write songs along the same socio political lines?
Yes, I grew up in a family that was pretty. They were not revolutionaries, but they have this social aspect. They were fighting for their rights. And I come from a place in France called Basque Country. Did you hear
That's
about
you.
Basque?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's you.
yeah, Basque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm Basque. I'm Basque, and we have been fighting for our rights, for our culture, and for our language during many years. So I've got that background in my life and in my family. And
So
so
well.
reggae music, had a lot of strength in Basque Country too, because they were against the fascist regime in Spain, and so music, punk music and reggae music and ska at that time were connecting in Basque Country. So a lot of people were listening to reggae and ska, and the message, comforting the revolution there also, So I say that reggae had that strength to, yeah, to connect with the revolution. I know because of the root of it, and from the social part of it. So yes, my family was like this, and they were like freedom fighters also. So I grew up, with this kind of message. So my first lyrics were into that, and I'm still trying to carry that message, that positiveness, and yeah, I don't say that I don't want to fight, but I'm fighting for peace. It's like more. This is my thing.
Got you. Got.
Right.
No, I'm just listening to David talk, and the give thanks, and he's totally immersed in the Jamaican culture, and I mean, you can hear a little bit of the Jamaican accent fighting with the French accent.
Well, not only that, that song you did a while ago, it just as we played this song, there were so many pieces of it that remind us of Bob.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Remind us of,
And then there's part where your cadence sounded a little bit like Ziggy Marley.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think it's a compliment. I feel it like this.
Well, and
It's not a
I
bad
agree.
thing. It's not a bad thing.
It's a good thing because it says here is a man who, the way you came into reggae music, you have literally embraced it, and so I think the best demonstration of that is that Marley cadence, as God pointed out, because the parts of the song where you really sounded like Ziggy, you have to look up, and then there are some inflections, voice inflections that give you a little piece of Bob, right?
Yeah.
And then when we're listening to the lyrics, we in Jamaica can relate to last bus, meaning if you miss this bus, you're gonna walk. You are gonna walk, right? And so again, is that cultural connection. And had we not known you, we would have figured you were you. I guess everybody born in Jamaica, even if you're born somewhere else. We're up on a break, David. We're gonna take that. We're gonna come right back.
So you just heard Hope Road, and from the Verse album, and Turn Up the Stereo,
Right.
of course.
Talk to me about Hope Road.
My newest favorite song right now, David.
Hope Road.
That's going right into my regular playlist juggling right now. Just
Oh, for real?
Yes,
For real.
and
Yeah.
listen,
I'm moving it right there into that folder right now.
one of the biggest DJ is in South Florida, right?
Oh, yeah. I can believe it.
Don't say anything, because it may be kind of take over the show, right? But talk to us, Hope Road Ali.
Oprah,
The message behind. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, Oprah. I was, first time I came in Jamaica again 6 years ago. I was renting a room next to Oprah. I was very close from the museum in a small road, and a small street. Sorry, and I was in the room, and that music came to me like magic. Everything came at the same time. Music and the lyrics. I had just the first verse and the chorus. And I was thinking about that because every day I was coming from Alfred Tree, coming up to Hope Road. For those who don't know Jamaica, that road Hope Road come from Alfred Tree and go up to Papin. And so I was saying to myself, that road is powerful, because it is the name of it, Hope Road, and this is where Bob was living at that time. So it also for me it represents the path of Bob during his life, coming from Trenchtown, the ghetto area, to coming up thanks to his music, and because he worked hard, and finally reach Hope Road. And this is that title. This is the road of hope. So it's a lot, and I think listening to Bob Marley, this is the road I took in my life to achieve my goals also. And I was walking there, seeing the mountains in Kingston, saying to myself, yeah, I have to go up and go hope. So it was a real meaning for me to go that way. And that's reggae music for me was always a message of hope. And this is the message that it gives to the people that suffer and that are oppressed all over the world. That's why people love it, because it gives hope to the people. So Hope Road is all that. It's my journey, Bob's journey, and people's journey in that through this music.
Let me tell you something. You give me, you give me what they call it, the EBGBs, eh? Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Listening to that, because Hope Road is also it represents two other aspects of Jamaican life. It's where the seat of the government is, where the cabinet is, and it's also an area right just below 56 Hope Road, at King's House, which is the seat of British oppression, the
Yeah.
Governor General thing, and Jamaica is trying to get away from that. So
Yeah.
for you to have that interpretation, because that's essentially the same interpretation that Bob drew when he came to Hope Road. That
Yeah.
you can't stop Rasta again.
And Hope Road also intersects Lady Musgrave Road. And that
True.
Lady Musgrave Road is a lady who had that road built because she thought herself better than the Jamaicans and didn't want to travel on the same road as them.
That's true. I never heard that story, but thanks for giving it to me.
It just says though the power of the music, because you have for somebody who made a decision to make this your life. This is your life's work.
Yeah.
And to hear you not only articulate it but to express it in song, which begs this question: dancehall versus reggae, or dancehall and reggae. There is this feeling that dancehall and reggae music is on the decline, right?
Well,
As a performer, what are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think reggae is big. I'm from France, and reggae is really huge here in France. There in France, and we have a lot of festivals every year. This is the second market for reggae music in the world, France, and we have, I would say dozens of festivals there in France that plays reggae music all the time. 3 days in a row, reggae music, and there's a lot like this. And what I feel is that reggae is not mainstream anymore. Reggae is just the people music, like it was supposed to be at the beginning, and then after it went mainstream. But I think it's gonna come back. I feel it. I feel there's something coming back, and maybe I don't know, but maybe that movie, about Bob, gonna make it change a little bit too, because it's gonna bring back Bob and reggae music to mainstream. That's what I feel and think, today. But I don't know about dancehall. Of course, dancehall is we mix dancehall and Afrobeat right now, so they mix it. So there's a fight, like internal fight with that. That's what I see and feel now. But I'm not into dancehall too much, so I won't say a lot about it. I'm about conscious music, so dancehall with consciousness is good. But all of this, bad things, about life and negativity is not for me something that will last. So if you have negativity in your music, you won't last. But if you have positiveness, it will last. That's what that's why reggae music is still here and people love it, because it gives strength, power, and and dignity to people. So I think, yeah, it's gonna come back soon, more than we think.
Got you. Got.
I only have one song. We are interviewing today David Cairol, international French reggae artist, who in his heart is Jamaican. And I can tell you, this song was Morphed Faces, again
Yeah,
from the first album.
yeah,
Listen, you just blow away. We are blown away because it's lovely to experience this, the experience of somebody who come into the space and have taken ownership of the music in a way.
And not just taking
thank
ownership
you.
of the music, Richie. It's continuing, if as we call it, well, most people lose to call it a foundation, but continuing his foundation and giving back, because he recognized that he received, and if you give or if you get, one of the best way of showing it is giving back.
Yeah.
And he's not just giving back to, he's giving back to the kids, to the foundation, because long after you and I and David has exited stage left, his legacy will live on through these kids.
And
Thank you.
that's
Thank you for your words.
Hi there. If you enjoyed that clip, go on over to our website at yardmedia.com, where you can watch the entire broadcast at your leisure. And while you're there, why don't you check out our other reggae music features? And before you leave, Pick up some of our Jamaican reggae merchandise, and hey, don't forget to tell your friends.